I want to thank everybody for joining me again. And today I wanted to kind of back up to the last video. I used money as an example for something that you would want to obtain. And now I guess I did that for a reason. Not consciously did it for that reason though, but I guess to come back and so I can explain it. Money probably wasn't the best example for me to use because money is just another material thing. And you got to understand that material things are only what you perceive them as. If you perceive them as something that you can't have or you don't have the ability to have, then you're not going to have it. It's just as simple as that. You know, this physical world we live in that most of us perceive as something real, it only actually exists only when you perceive it as something. When no one's eyes is on it, then it's nothing but energy. Your perception is what makes this world. So if you wasn't here, it wouldn't be a world. So you got to understand, you got to let go of the things that tie you to this world. You know, that's things like food for a lot of people, money, lust or fame. They want to feel like they're the big shot or they're the ones got the most money, and that's fine if you want to fully play out this physical role and be totally at its mercy. You allow yourself to praise material things, then you're going to be bound by the rules of those physical things. And we was talking about on the video getting rid of bad programming. And from the time which children until we're adults, we're programmed by our surroundings, mainly television. It's the biggest programmer. And that mainly means that it tells you how things are. It tells you, it gives you your perception on things. You see the way people on television act. Okay, obviously, it's on television. This is the way normal people act. So, you buy into that. You buy into all of the bad things going in the world right now. You look at the media, put all of this terrible stuff, people getting killed, and just bad things happen. Bad things happen to children. And it makes us think, man, this is a terrible world. Bad world. And that's what makes it bad. Our thoughts are what make this world. So you have to watch what you're thinking at all times. And when you allow yourself to be a slave to material things like food, money, fame, when you allow yourself to be a slave to those things, then you lose all communications with your higher self. It goes to sleep. It's in a very tight sleep. You can't wake it as long as you're tied to the want for physical things. When the thing is, all you have to do is create it. You don't have to want money to get what you want. Of course, I know everybody say, well, you got to have money to buy everything. Well, that's true in the physical. Those are the rules of the physical. But what I'm telling you is, if you create it in your mind what you want, then at that point, when you create it in your mind, it's just as physical as this desk. It's just as physical as the device you're watching this on. And it's just as real, and it's yours. You bring it from the spiritual to the physical. That's the way you manifest. You can't have anything in the physical if you don't make it in the spiritual first. But anything made in the spiritual, like I've said before, is just as real as anything that we perceive in this physical world. I mean, in the spiritual, as we perceive in this physical world. So, the thing about getting rid of the bad programming, you have to look at all of the things that are going on or happening around you that you don't want going on or happening around you, and look at what are you doing to cause it. Because I guarantee you, if it's there, you put it there. Only thing you got to do is think about your thought patterns, the moods you were in previous to these situations, and I guarantee you, it'll tell you, that you put in the exact order for that. So, the way to get rid of this bad programming that we don't want is to first consciously acknowledge, okay, I'm doing this the wrong way. I'm giving in to the things that I don't want and leaving the things I want out of my reach. And the way you do that is, if it is something physical that you want, the worst thing is to feel like it's going to be an issue for you to have it. Because this physical is here actually for you to enjoy, not to be suffering. So, whatever you want, you can bring it to you, but you just have to understand that you can do that. And that's the difference. A lot of people suffer, and it's because of their own actions and thoughts and words. So, like I said before, you do the little, I wouldn't call it a ritual, but you do the little thing with writing down the bad programming and then writing down the programming you're going to replace it with, and get rid of the one you don't want. Get rid of it to symbolize that is what's leaving. And you keep the one that you are replacing it with, and you look at it all the time. You rewrite it, you improve it, you build on it. You build this program. It's just like writing a program for a computer. You can't have it if you don't know what it is. So think about how you want it. Write it out perfect detail, and continue to write it out. And the thing about it, you have to go farther than that and write down the things you're going to do to get it. And the thing about it, if you set your mind the right way, you don't have to worry about how you're going to get it. All the thing you have to do is act. Just act. I usually say, okay, when I'm consciously manifesting something, I'll say, okay, I have this. You have to say you already have it. Don't say you want something, because implying that you want something means obviously you can't get it because you have to want it. Only thing you have to do is have it and create it and have it. That's your power. You can do whatever you want to do. So, figure out what it is you want first. And know you have it, because when you create it in your imagination, it's like I say, it's just as real as what you see in the physical, because it's all energy, basically. It's nothing until you perceive it as something. Same thing. So, you get a good image of what you want, and that's what you replace it with. And you let your subconscious, your higher self, know this is what this is the route I'm going now, not that route. And in the beginning, it'll take a little while. It's not going to happen overnight if you got deep programming from years and years of doing things a certain way. But the thing is, you have to start. You have to start somewhere. And if you start, you'll immediately start seeing progress. That's what'll keep you going, but you have to start somewhere. And the best time to do anything is now. Never wait to do anything that you want to do. If you want to do it then. There's no point in waiting on anything. And that's where we mess up. We think we got to figure out a way to get it done when we shouldn't do that. We should just do what we want to do. When you got to figure out a way to get it done, that's implying you don't have the power to manifest it yourself. You know, you can either go by the physical rules or you can go by your own rules. So that is the video to conclude that on getting rid of bad programming. But like I say, that's something that's not going to just happen overnight. You have to practice this. You have to consciously do this stuff, because if not, you'll go right back into the dream state. I mean, the sleep state, and fall back into this physical trap again. You know, it's hard to come out once you're in, but once you're out, you can't go back in. And you'll constantly reach higher. Some reach it faster than others, but you just have to stay persistent. Everyone has their own path to walk. Everybody got their own journey. And if it's in you, if it's meant for you to get this knowledge, if it's meant for you to do this time around, then you're going to. And most likely, if you're seeking it, then it's meant for you to achieve. So focus on those programming that we don't want, and work on getting rid of them, because that is the way to change everything. That old programming would not allow you to do anything new or better, because you have to break its habits, what we grew up doing, habits from the way we think and talk. We have to cut it all out and reevaluate it and give a conscious effort to change it. And I have about run out of time for this video, and hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like, subscribe to me. That would be a great help. And share, comment on Facebook. Give me a comment. Got any questions? If I said something that wasn't clear to you, give me a comment. We can discuss it and get to the bottom of it. So see you all on the next one. Till then, love, life, prosperity, health to you all.